It's your girl Adeola. Real quick, click the thumbs up button. Thank you. Giving you 1 minute. You will like this episode. So, everybody is declaring their intention to run for president in the coming Nigerian election. What is going on? What is happening? When are you going to declare? I need to also declare. But jokes aside, a part of me is really happy to see so many people willing to serve their country in the presidential capacity. They want to serve, although let's not deceive ourselves, a lot of these people just want to go there and make money. But I'm happy to see that so many people are interested in serving, but at the same time, we've never had this many aspirants in the past, which makes me wonder what is going on. Why? As in, is it that Buhari's tenure is that bad? Kai! Oga Buhari, in case you are watching, they said that you destroyed. Do not translate that to English. We're just greeting you in English. So, as of last month, April, 17 people had picked up the expression of interest in nomination form for PDP. And I'm like, where do these people find this kind of money? PDP form for presidential aspirant is 40 million naira. That's about $100,000. And just like that, these people, they are dropping this money. Nigerians have money, let us not deceive ourselves. And you're familiar with some of these people. Some of the people that have picked up the PDP form include our former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar, my father, former Senate President, Bukola Saraki, I have missed you on this show. He used to be a regular on this show. Pius Anyim, former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, governors of Bauchi and Sokoto State, that is Bala Mohammed, as well as Aminu Tambuwa, also Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, Uncle Wike, Uncle Dele Mamadou is also running, and so many others, including my very own father, Ayo Fayoshe. I have missed you on this show. Uncle Ayo Fayoshe, he is the real deal. The day that this man picked up his nomination form, after picking it up and doing press conference, letting us know about it under PDP, he now went and sat down to enjoy a beautiful plate of amala. He eats with regular people. Thank you, Jare, Uncle. Guys, do not forget the prophecy that Governor Fayoshe will be the next president of Nigeria. Whether you guys like it or not, all these other people, they are just doing themselves wahala.
The Lord God of heaven has promised me that I'm going to replace either President Buhari or Vice President Oshibaju.
Thank you, Jare, man of God. So, what I like about Governor Ayo Fayoshe is that he eats amala with regular people. He even takes okada with regular people, especially as elections are coming close. I mean, so many people are still declaring, but if about 17 people have already declared and they are all paying $100,000 each, that's already about $1.7 million. Just think about what this money would do. Now, in the APC party, their own nomination form and expression of interest form is 100 million naira. Kilo le tobe. That is about $250,000 just for the form. Last time. Seriously, how can they be charging this? This is even ethically wrong. How is this right? There needs to be a body that will be regulating these parties in terms of how much they can charge for nomination forms. Seriously though, what are they going to do with this money? Exactly what is APC even doing in our lives as a party? I'm sorry, I just feel like this is the most corrupt party ever. Now they have used this whole election thing to raise billions of naira. What are they going to do with this money? Charging 100 million naira each. And do you believe that more than 15 people have already declared their interest in the APC ticket? Where are these people finding the money? People like my very own father, our own Vice President, Bami Osinbajo, former governor of Lagos State, Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Alhaji. Also, Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, Rochas Okorocha, Chris Ngige, Governor Ben Ayade of Cross River State, my very own uncle Yaya Bello of Kogi State is actually very sure that he will be the winner of this election. David Umahi of Ebonyi State, and now Governor Fayemi of Ekiti State. I like the fact that Ayo Fayoshe is running, and then Governor Fayemi is also what? He's also running. They are rivals. They used to compete for Ekiti State governorship. Now they are both competing for the presidency. And of course, they are not the only ones. Even Governor Oshiomhole is running. Well, that didn't come out right. I didn't mean it like that. I'm not saying he cannot. I'm not saying even, well, but you know what I mean. I'm just saying Governor Oshiomhole is also what? He's also running. He's actually my father. Well, I hope that he wins. Imagine Oshiomhole as our president. And now Governor Akpabio is also doing what? He's also running. You see, this is just between the APC and PDP parties. So do you guys see what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is starting to do what? It's starting to become a sea. So all these people are running. Where are all these people finding money for them to be able to afford the nomination and expression of interest form? And do you know what they could do with this money? Now, if you tally the APC people, the money that they've contributed to buy the APC form, that is more than 1.7 billion naira. Yes, now, because more than 17, and people are still declaring Left or right? They're still, what is it?
Pastor Bakari.
Pastor Bakari. Pastor Tunde, sorry, I'm so sorry.
Pastor Tunde Bakari.
What about Pastor Tunde Bakari? Hey, Otutu Mumi, I'm sorry, I need 1 minute, guys. Ooh, get me a seat, somebody. I need water. Water!
Tunde Bakari spent 100 million naira to purchase the nomination and expression of interest form to contest for the presidency of this great nation, Nigeria.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that Pastor Bakari has money. The man of God is loaded. And some people will even say that he made his money before he got into ministry. Me, I don't know. But the thing is, I didn't know he has that kind of money that he can just 100 million naira for a form. What happens if daddy doesn't win? What happened to this 100 million naira? And you know my personal number. Daddy, you have me on speed dial. I'm your girl. Oh, I'm the girl for all these people, by the way. Don't think it's just Pastor Bakari. Even if you want to make a difference, you don't have to buy from the APC party. The people that raise their money this much, $250,000. Jesus, I know people will say those are the two most popular parties. It doesn't matter. This is ethically wrong. As a man of God, you were supposed to speak out against the price that they were selling the nomination for. And then when you think that you've had it all, you find out that the governor of Central Bank has also paid 100 million naira for APC nomination form. I was like, whoa, Central Bank governor get that kind of money. You know Nigerians, not me, daddy, in case you are watching governor of Central Bank. Nigerians have been saying all kinds of things ever since the Central Bank governor declared. They are saying things like, this man is the one governing our Central Bank. Is it possible that the Central Bank money is flowing beyond Central Bank into some people's pockets? You know Nigerians, they are starting to doubt my father's integrity, that maybe he has chopped money at Central Bank. Me, I would never say anything like that, daddy, in case you are watching, you know. All of this is money. You know, these are just Nigerians talking. You know how they are. Hey, baby, do you guys know that about 40 people have already declared their intention to run? And, you know, more people will be coming out. And this is not to talk about the other parties. For APC alone, they've raised billions of naira. Now, the end of this month of May, that is when both parties will hold their primaries. And that is when we would now know who would actually be representing these parties. So my question is, if somebody doesn't make it beyond the primaries, would they return their 100 million naira or 40 million naira, depending on their party? And please let me know in the comment section. And speaking of money, did you guys hear that $75,000 cash, about 43 million naira, went missing just like that? They said the money disappeared at APC headquarters. Did you hear about that? It's offending, as in. Guys, we really need to pray for APC, that presidential party, because they need prayers. How can money be disappearing like that? If these people have this amount of money just to take their expression of interest form and nomination form, think of what they could actually do in transforming the country if they actually want to transform Nigeria. I think they can just do tithe and offering on behalf of Nigeria, and they would fix so many things. Now, in another episode, I'll talk about people that are declaring in other parties, because right now APC and PDP is what most people are talking about. But believe it or not, a lot of Nigerians are actually running under different platforms, including Nigerians in the diaspora that are declaring their intention to run for office. And if you yourself are also running, let me know in the comment section so we can talk about you. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. I'm so excited about this story. Ladies and gentlemen, I really need you guys to help me. Please help me, help my market, because I need a change of life. I'm feeling like I may be in the wrong profession. Guys, I'm looking for somebody that can teach me coding. Benny, I'm not even ashamed to ask. Did you guys hear about that 16-year-old guy, John Oseni, who's now making millions of naira by coding? I said, Jesus is Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the age of technology. As in, a lot of African parents still think that their child should become a doctor or an engineer. My people, technology lola yo, as in tech is the way to go now. And I'm not saying that you should force your children to to go into tech. No. All I'm trying to say is that you should allow them to do whatever it is that they have passion for, even if they say they just want to sit in front of the computer all day typing and coding, you know. So being a doctor or a nurse or an engineer is not the only way to go. Punch newspaper in Nigeria interviewed this guy, and they asked him to define coding for a layman to understand, and he said that it's just like talking to a computer and creating apps for people to solve problems. I was like, damn, he got it so right. In other words, when you learn how to code, you can literally apply it to different aspects of life in solving problems. He started out volunteering at a computer lab at the age of 14, running errands for them, cleaning for them, so long as they allowed him to use their computer to practice coding. And guess what? Today he's so good at it that he has worked for more than 16 different startups. Now he's making millions of naira. He didn't say exactly how much he has made, but he told Punch newspaper that he has made more than 10 million naira between last year and now. I was like, what? I'm in the wrong profession. You see? He said one of the transactions he did that they paid him 5 million naira just like that. I was like, wow, how much is the minimum wage again? 30,000 naira. You see your life. He's also getting paid in crypto. And then on top of that, he's now working for 2 different Italian companies. That is Fly Wallet as well as Crypto Night. You can check them out. So he's just getting started new. Those ones, they invited him to come to Italy to meet the team. He said no, that he's busy coding in Nigeria. He's based in Nigeria and he's working for these 2 Italian companies. Getting paid in euro. The boy is even yet to go to university. He's 16. He just finished secondary school. By the way, at the beginning, he said that his parents thought that he was possessed because he was always in front of the computer coding. They didn't understand what he was doing. In fact, during his WAEC, they seized his laptop so he could concentrate. But oh boy went and bought another laptop without them knowing. He continued coding while he was writing WAEC, and he did really well in his WAEC. He got 8 A's and 1 B. The B is in technical drawing. He said he doesn't like it anyway. But he's not the only one. I'm sure you guys have seen so many stories of young people, not just in Nigeria, but in Ghana, in South Africa, in Kenya, in different parts of Africa that are doing amazing things now by coding. This girl is based in South Africa. She's a YouTuber. You guys can follow her. I'll put the link to her video in the description below. She got into coding and now she's a full-time developer.
I was in grade 9 at this time, so I was about 15 years old. Yeah, I was 15 in grade 9 when I started coding in 2014. I downloaded some apps from Play Store on how to code, and I just learned HTML and CSS. And then somewhere along the way, I learned about game development. And I was like, this is it.
And I'm sure you guys have also seen this young Ghanaian web developer. I mean, these people are making waves.
My name is Dansuje Fit, and then I'm in JHS. I'm 14 years. I attend Malinda school. So I'm much more into like programming stuff and, you know, specifically web development, as you already said.
Thank you so much. This girl, when she was 14 in 2018, her name is Tomisin. She was able to build an app that helps kids that are lost to be able to find their way home, or for them to be able to click for help on their cell phone. I mean, that's solving problems. We can go on and on. Kids in different parts of Africa. And by the way, you don't have to come from a rich home.
At this primary school in Kibera, a slum in the Kenyan capital, girls are preparing themselves for a future in IT. Kibera is the largest slum in Kenya. For Kibera Girls' School head teacher, the after-school computer club is a way to keep pupils out of harm's way.
I'm sure you guys have also seen the story of another 16-year-old girl, Odunayo Ajayi. As of 2 years ago, this girl has designed more than 15 websites for people, and she was getting paid. Now, the people teaching her said that she's able to make more than a graduate in Nigeria would make.
Anyone who wants to secure a future that you don't want to finish school and be looking for work. Right now, Odu is very young, but if I can tell you that if she should be employed now, she should be earning as much as 200 to 50 with what she knows.
Now, the reason I love her story, once again, is because of her background. I love it so much. It doesn't matter where you are from, so long as you use your brain, you can become whatever you want to be. Odunayo has gotten so many awards from coding.
She won the Best Developer of the Year 2019, an award from Union Bank.
Okay. She learned coding from Pearls Africa. You guys will remember Pearls Africa Foundation that was founded by a CNN hero, that is Abisoye Ajayi Akinfola. This auntie that founded that foundation is changing lives. I'm just trying to say that if your kid is just sitting at home after school or during the holidays, get them into coding. Let them learn the language of computer. Let them be able to talk to computer talk back to them. They didn't have to be from a rich home. Adeola's mom was selling ice cream as of 2 years ago when this video came out. I don't know if she's still doing that or not.
Because my mom sells, she's a trader. She sells ice cream, for sachet ice cream for students.
But according to Adeola, she grew up in a neighborhood that doesn't encourage dreaming big or becoming somebody big. According to her, she said there were a lot of prostitutes in her neighborhood when she was growing up.
Prostitutes, there are many in our house. Was people would tell my mom that when are you going to relocate to another area, because this area is not good for growing for people, we young girls growing up in that area, because it's not good.
But today, because she learned how to code, I literally changed her life.
I advise the young girls to be determined, because determination leads to success. Without me being determined, I can't get to where I am today. So they should determine and focus on what they are planning to do, or what problem they are trying to solve, because they can use coding to solve problems.
See how fluent and eloquent she is? She said all that came when she started learning how to code. So we are so proud of all these young people. Only God knows what they would achieve in the future. None of them is a doctor or nurse or engineer. I'm just saying, computer can change your life. You know, people like Elon Musk, they used coding to get to where they are today. People like Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. Many of you are carrying Apple phone around today. You don't know it was through coding that he became who he became. You don't even ask yourself, how can I become another Steve Jobs? It's by coding. And then, of course, talking about this story today is an excuse for me to remind you of iCodeEDU.com. You guys make sure you check them out. The link is in the description below. This is a coding school owned by two Cameroonian brothers here in the US that I know personally. I've talked about them before on this show, and I'm reminding you one more time. They're starting a new coding session next week, by the way, and they're taking kids from different parts of the world. They're doing one-on-one coding lessons with kids ages 7 to 18. And all these teachers, all the instructors are from top US universities like MIT, Yale, and Stanford University. So if you're interested, I'll put the link to that in the description below. By the way, if you tell them that you're coming from me, you get a free coding lesson. So the first lesson, which is a trial, would be free for anybody that comes from me, and then you can decide whether or not you want your kids to sign up for that. It is $250, but they do have limited spots, so because it's one-on-one with the instructors. So please, if you're interested, do not delay, contact them. The link is in the description. Also, as summer is coming, if you're an African parent based in the US and you want summer tutoring for your kids, last year I showed you guys about Frog Tutoring Summer Camp. So many media companies have done stories about this company owned by an African that is based in Texas, and so they are very credible, and last year I talked about them. As a matter of fact, when I talked about them last year, some of the African parents that enrolled their kids talked about their experience with them. So they are getting ready for this summer as well. If anybody is interested, please check them out. I'll also put the link to their website in the description. Anybody that signs up for this summer tutoring camp, by the way, would be getting a free copy of this ebook, which I'm sure you guys will be excited to get for your kids. The title of this book is Hacking College Admissions. This book was co-written by Victor Agbafe as well as Harold Eke. These are two inspiring Nigerian students here in the US who got accepted into all 8 Ivy League schools, as in all the Ivy League schools and some other schools as well. Gave them admission with full scholarship up to $4 million. Combined, both of them got up to $4 million in scholarship, so they must have done something right. So if you're interested in getting this book for free, sign your child up for the summer tutoring camp, and then they can know how to hack college admission and how to get into college. It doesn't even have to be, Ivy League schools, but how to get into college and not have to pay tuition, so that you, the parents, so you can rest. In this America, it's not about knowing people. Back home, they will say, you must know somebody. You will be visiting people just so you can get admission. I lie. Here, so long as your child has the brain and knows what to do, you will get into college here. So I'll put both links in the description below. So please guys, check them out. So in the meantime though, John Oseni, our software developer, says that his parents no longer allow him to travel by road in Nigeria. Now he flies everywhere. As levels, you can find him on Instagram. We're so proud of him. We're so proud of all the other ones that I also featured as well in this story. Africa has huge potential, guys. Like when I see stories like this, I'm really excited. I'm really happy with the future of Africans. We just need the right government. It's so sad that our government is the one that is giving us bad rapport. When you think about what these young people are doing, you feel there is hope for the future of Africa. So we're so proud of all of them. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So guys, I told you in the last episode about the Grand Haven launched by Madam Grace Ofure of Lifecard International, and apparently a lot of you are interested because a lot of people contacted her to the point where she's now putting the sale on hold. She's just focusing on the people that have already contacted her, especially those that have made some kind of down payment. So she's working on getting every single one of you the document of your land. It's a long process getting the land document. Each one of you will be getting your C of O. So she needs time to just work on the people that have already made some kind of payment. So she's pausing the sale for now. I know she was supposed to do this for an entire month. Be at peace, rest. If you are, even if it was 50,000 naira that you paid, rest, take a deep breath. You are safe. But so many people were interested that a lot of people contacted her. So she said she doesn't want to bite more than she can chew, that everybody else should please wait. I guess she will be opening it back up. I just don't know when. I am so sorry if you were planning on contacting her, but you did not. I mean, you had a week though. I'm really sorry. It was supposed to be an entire month of sales, but she got so many people interested that she wants to make sure that she takes care of all the people that have made some kind of down payment in the meantime. She will also be in Houston, Texas on the 23rd of July. All the people that are living in Houston, Texas, she wants to make sure that she hands over your document to you physically. So she wants to give you the document by herself, or if you live near Houston and you can meet up with her there. And she will be having a meet and greet with anybody that is interested in meeting her on the 23rd of July. So guys, before I leave, I'm so excited to celebrate with a Nigerian couple. Daddy and mommy, I heard that you guys, you like watching this show. So with that, we will surprise you. And this surprise shout out was sponsored by Lade King Owolabi. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Daddy and Mommy Obadiah Mulero celebrating their 45th wedding anniversary. Yes. You know, thank you so much, sir and ma, for watching. Your girl, who am I? Small girl like me. Happy 45th wedding anniversary to you, to your sons, as well as to your grandchildren. They have 4 sons and they have 10 grandchildren and they're still counting, okay? So happy wedding anniversary to you guys, and once again, thank you for watching the show. Did you guys click the thumbs up button yet? Like, did you like, okay? Thanks to those of you that did. We're almost at 600,000 subscribers. What, guys? Let's get there this month. What are we waiting for? And then we'll start looking at 700,000. Let's get to 1 million this year. All right, y'all, let's bring it around. Keep it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm watching your Plus One TV. Press the subscribe button and the bell button. Until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out.